Today I want to talk about how I remain productive, as many people will discuss how they are productive and every little thing that they do that makes them super productive, from the small tiny things all the way through to the extremely dramatic, all the way, to the end of 5 a.m. wake ups and every single 5 minutes I'm doing this, this and this. But for me, I don't do that. I have 4 things that I believe will keep me productive for a very long period of time, as they have been for me recently, especially over the last 4 months. I've been able to actually get stuff done without getting extremely burnt out, outside of my phase of life of returning from a holiday where I was just questioning everything on the existence of everything. But the main premise of this video is actually discussing how I remain productive, and I think the best place to start off with is actually having a healthy calendar, as many people will be similar to me a few months ago, where I was trying to ram everything in. So I was working 3 to 4 days a week depending on the hours that I was doing, and then I would be doing all my YouTube stuff as well. So I was trying to put as much time into my YouTube channel outside of work. So I'd return from working, do tons of hours into YouTube, and then on my days off I would spend from 9 a.m. through to 11, 12 o'clock at night just working on my YouTube channel, which is not a healthy way to be doing things. It meant that my fitness slipped, my overall just everything in life slipped, so I wasn't reading, I wasn't enjoying things, I was just doing YouTube stuff or working. So all round, I have to say that having a healthy calendar is the best thing that you can do, and creating one that works for you is important. Now, when I say a healthy calendar, I'm not saying you need to follow my routine, which I will tell you right now, which is I wake up at 7 or between 7 and 9 o'clock. I then do something either relationship related with my girlfriend, or I will end up going to the gym or doing a run and that sort of thing, doing some form of exercise between 10 and 12. From 12 till 6, I'm working, and then from 6 till 8, I'm doing relationship stuff again, or I'll be doing a workout, kickboxing, whatever it might be. And then after 8 is just whatever I want to do up until 10 o'clock, where I then start trying to go to sleep. Now, do I stray from this from time to time? Yes. If I get a burst of energy that I really want to work on a video, then I'm going to go work on it. However, I'm not going to necessarily overwork myself every single day. So if, let's say, I've got 3 things to get done, which is something I'm going to mention in a minute, during my 6-hour work period, I'm going to just try and focus on getting those things done during that 6 hours and not just basically mess around. I'm not going to sit there thinking that between those times I'm going to be able to get 12 things done, as it's not realistic. So setting a healthy calendar where you can have a balanced life in a way, and again, balanced is subjective, but find what works for you, as this is going to be the key for you actually remaining productive for the long term. Next up though is those 3 things. I've found that choosing 3 things in particular every single work session is the best thing that I can do. Sometimes it can be lower and sometimes it can be a little bit more. A good example of this is today. I'm recording 3 videos, well 2 videos and then 7 TikToks, and then I intend to edit all of them today. Now, does that mean I'm doing more than 3 things? Definitely. Am I working on 3 main areas? Yes. So effectively I've got the TikTok content that I'm working on today, which is one thing, then this video, and then editing this video, and then another video and editing that video. So again, it does end up being more than 3 if you technically look at it from a recording, editing perspective. However, overall, they're collectively 3. Now, I do this purely because choosing your 3 key things will, 1, get rid of all the rubbish that you need to just shove in there, but also it gives you genuine time to make the best thing that you can, instead of, pretty much rushing through everything all the time and trying to get things done as quickly as possible because you need to hit certain timelines, which just isn't good. And as well as that, it means that past 6 o'clock, like I said, unless I end up, having a burst of energy to do something, let's say yesterday, I was sat there for 2 hours scripting a video for the gaming channel, and I'm really happy with the progress, but I still have a lot more to do with that, and I'll probably do it later as well. But for me, that is a side activity that I want to do on top of what I'm currently doing, so it's just a bit more fun to do on the side, instead of, let's say, trying to get certain things done at certain times and certain periods of time anyway before I go away. So overall, there is a reason to having 3 things, and that's because it allows you to do what a lot of people won't do, which is effectively have a genuinely good schedule instead of a rammed schedule. So I used to be someone who would, like I said, work from 9 o'clock, and let's say it was a 9 till 6 instead of 9 till 9 or 9 till 11. For that, I would literally try to put in there scripting 4 videos, recording all 4 of them, editing all 4 of them, and then working on the bigger project that I have going as well. I would try and ram in so much into every single day that by the end of it, I was just exhausted and I would fall asleep so quickly because my brain was just completely just destroyed. So yeah, don't do too much, but also don't do too little. Now, I think the next thing that really helped me was I stopped trying to optimize my life for productivity. A lot of people try and optimize every single moment of every single day for productivity when they don't need to be doing so. And for me, I just found that I was doing this too much. I was overly obsessing on ensuring that, let's say, every half an hour I'm doing this, this, and this. Like, sure, my days are productive. You could argue that I have tried to make myself as productive as possible by keeping, certain times in the day for certain things. But I'm not anymore like trying to track every little thing. I'm not anymore trying to put in there like, oh yeah, in the morning I'm doing this, in this, and this, and then at half an hour I'm doing this, this, and this, and then at the next half an hour or even 15 minutes I'm doing this. I'm no longer doing that. I just kind of have a rough idea as to what the day is going to look like, and the only things I mess around with on my calendar pretty much is invites to the gym, kickboxing, or doing runs. Those are the main ones, so fitness related, or it will be something like work related. So if I've got my 6-hour work session, I'll put within that the 3 things I want to get done. Then that way it's just on the calendar. I can quickly look at it, go, okay, cool, that's what I'm doing today, move on. Then the other one is if, let's say, me and my girlfriend want to go out for a day out, then it's in there. Or if we want to go watch a film, we want to just go out on a date, whatever it might be, it's in the calendar just so I know to not, eat over into that time. So yeah, just stop trying to optimize every single little bit of your life for productivity, because even just not being productive will make you more productive. It's an awful loophole. Well, it's an awful way of viewing downtime in a way that your downtime will allow you to be more productive, but it is a true thing. So if you just allow yourself to have genuine downtime, you aren't being overly productive, you're not trying to force yourself to constantly take every small thing and be productive, then you will end up being more productive in the long term. Now, the last one is to have start and stop points. I obviously mentioned earlier that I work between 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. I do this over the course of 7 days a week. So it's not like I'm just doing that 5 days a week, so I'm doing hardly anything. It's effectively, though, that I just find that working every single day, or at least working on things every single day, is better for me, as I then feel as if I'm actually striving towards something instead of just having a day off where I do nothing and then I feel awful about myself. So yeah, I find that having start and stop points really help. As one, it just gives me a clearer boundary of, okay, cool, this is now work time. We're just going to get on, do things, and not allow ourselves to get distracted all the time. However, one thing that I would say a lot of people do wrong with this is that they will pretty much just extinguish any form of creativity that might come. So let's say you're doing YouTube like I am. You might decide, well, it's 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, the burst of creativity is just coming in. I've got all these ideas and I'm just going to go back to sleep. At least put it in your notes app at minimum. Like, you don't need to completely cut off things at certain times just because. Like, if you are in a full flow state and you know you're going to get it done, then get it done. You don't need to stick to the rigidness. However, having start and stop points has really helped me avoid burnout, especially when it comes to the big videos that I create. An example of this that I always use is my Red Dead video essay over on my Exile channel. That's a 3-hour-long video. It took me 3 weeks of editing. I had to get myself to a month in advance of the video's release before making that video, well, at least editing that video, because I knew that once I finish editing, I will be so burnt out based off of every single video essay prior, so my Assassin's Creed Unity one, my Ezio Collection one, my Witcher one, my Spider-Man one. Every single time I would finish a video essay, I would be done for a week. I couldn't do anything, at minimum. And with the Red Dead video essay, I think I didn't do anything for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks. I was just completely zoned out. I had just burnt myself out entirely. So don't allow yourself to become burnt out, and this really comes down to having your healthy calendar and having boundaries towards your work. So anyway, those are the 4 things that I think will allow you to remain productive, and as well as that, you can kind of extrapolate from those 4 things what will help you be productive in the first place. So anyway, if this video was helpful, make sure to leave a like and do subscribe to the channel. This is a tech and productivity channel, even though I don't do as much productivity content, but I try to anyway. So yeah, hopefully this video was useful for you, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.